and gentlemen, horns up, good morning, and welcome to Headbangers Kitchen live on YouTube. And there's the sound of the plane in the background. Um, I've got a cup of black coffee here with one drop of stevia, and this was a very spontaneous live stream. Hello. Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Mumbai, India, as you may be able to see. Whoops. So, good Sunday morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to know which part of the world you're watching me from. And have you gotten yourself something to drink yet? Yes, it would be 5 in the morning in Romania. Right. I'm also the author of the recipe book called Keto Life, out now worldwide, just in case you did not know. And for those who have probably never seen Headbangers Kitchen or have no idea who I am, hello, my name is Sahil. I'm a death metal musician. I've been playing music for 20 years now, and I've been doing keto for, well, about 4 years now, on and off. And yeah, here I am on Headbangers Kitchen, my keto recipe channel, where I also sometimes answer your keto questions. For those who want to listen to my music, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music. In fact, my website Headbangers Kitchen has a Spotify playlist on the right hand side. My band's name is Demonic Resurrection, but we are not satanic, just in case anyone is going to start getting righteous on me. Demon Stealer is what I call myself. So you can look for me on Spotify, Apple Music, or even here on YouTube, no problem. Lots of birds happening around here. Right, so right, um, I'll answer. K wants to know what is the application on my phone that I use to track. Man, it's noisy. I better shut the window. Much better. Are you all able to hear me well? Can you hear me speak now? I don't want to shout on the channel. All right. Ooh, Gretchen Davis says it's snowing here. Wonderful. Fantastic. Is my book available in Pakistan? I don't. Is there an Amazon Pakistan? You might have to get it from Dubai probably, or you can get it from the UK if you live in Pakistan. There are a couple of websites. I'll leave all the links in the comments later. Also, ladies and gentlemen, if you would be so kind as to smash the like button on this video, I would be super grateful, because that always helps with the YouTube algorithm. So, smashing a like on videos is very important. Yes, sorry. The application that I use to calculate, sorry, not to calculate, but to log my foods is called MyFitnessPal. However, there are other apps that people use. In fact, if any of you are using other apps, please share the names with us so we can all get to know about it. I've heard of Carb Manager, I've heard of Chronometer, and yeah, those are some of the other apps available. Honestly, the app is not. I mean, the main thing is to track. It doesn't matter which app you use. The app I use is just a tool to get the job done. The important is part is to get the job done. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get to answering your questions, I have a question for you actually. And the reason I'm asking this question is because uh, a couple of days ago I was sent some keto products to taste. and these keto products had a lot of what I would consider not keto ingredients, things like wheat flour, things like resistant starch, things like palm oil, etc., etc. However, the company that makes the products has used small amounts of these things, enough that the net carbs of the products are keto, enough, low enough that when they test on blood meters and breath meters, you still are in ketosis after eating it. So the question I really wanted to ask all of you, if you are aware first of all of dirty keto and clean keto or lazy keto or strict keto, what kind of keto do you do? I would love to know, because everyone does keto differently, and I'm not here to judge people on how they do keto. You know, to be honest, I myself do a varied version of keto from time to time, really depending on what's going on in my life and what's happening, around me. But I'm just curious to know, like, so, and what are these different uh, kinds of keto? For those who don't know, I'll give you what my definition is of, I would say, clean keto, for example. So for me, clean keto means you're looking at consuming mostly whole foods and real foods, things that are not processed, things that are not packaged, things that are not necessarily made in the lab. Like like a like a keto bar would not be clean keto, so to speak. A keto cookie would not be clean if you're buying like pre-packaged items. Clean keto would be eating mostly vegetables, animals, food that you cook yourself. Obviously there are varying degrees of this. Strict keto would be where you are tracking every single food that you eat. uh, Strict keto doesn't necessarily mean clean keto, but it means you're taking into account what you're eating. Lazy keto is where, again, there's no, lazy keto is just where you don't track what you're eating. You just eat keto and you try and remain in your carb limit for the day. And then there is what we call dirty keto, where you are eating a lot of packaged keto foods, probably a lot of powders, probably, you don't care about the ingredients in the product as long as you are in ketosis or you are eating what we consider keto food. So those are what I consider to be definitions of these four things. um, you know and I do like to hear from you about what kind of keto you're doing as well, because it's and I'd like to just share something with all of you as well. If you are on Facebook and if you are part of keto groups, please don't be the keto police. you know uh, Even if you are on Instagram or even on YouTube, actually, when you leave comments, don't act like the keto police. Don't be rude and mean to people because they're doing keto in a way that perhaps you don't agree with. Like, I'll be very honest, I'm the first person to say I don't do keto products at all. I don't do powders and protein shakes, and I hate that stuff. But you also have to understand that everyone has different reasons for doing what they do. And of course, we can always share information about the benefits of what we do, and we can do it in a polite way and a nice way. I mean, look, for example, when we talk of dirty keto, to me, dirty keto is people going into McDonald's and Burger Kings and buying double Macs and double Whoppers and throwing away the bun. That's not clean eating in general. Like, that's just bad eating to me, whether it's keto or not. But at the end of the day, it's very easy for me to sit here and say, hey, you should eat a steak and a broccoli because I can afford to buy a steak and broccoli. But maybe somebody else can't afford steak and a broccoli on their salary. Maybe somebody's just not got the time with their life. So I mean, look, you can always tell someone that it's not the ideal way to do keto, but at the end of the day, everyone has their own circumstances. and it's really, I think, more important, it's important for us to be nice and to share the information. And the reason I'm even talking about this is because, like, I saw a post yesterday from Thomas Dillard, and a lot of the keto community is now becoming very religious or militant about the lifestyle. And we've always attacked vegans for being militant and pushing their uh, lifestyle onto other people, and I feel like a lot of low carb and keto people are starting to do the same, which, honestly, why can't we all just be nice people, right? So, as Linda said, grass fed and grass finished is too expensive for my budget. I live in India. I don't even I don't even get grass fed beef here. In fact, I don't even get beef here sometimes. Right. Excellent. Hey, lovely to see so many of you here. Thank you all for being here. If it's not too much trouble, ladies and gentlemen, please smash a like button on this video because that helps the YouTube algorithm make sure that my video is seen by other people as well. Uh, right. So, on that note, I am done with my lecture for the day. I would love to now answer your questions and, see what I can help you with. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I am a death metal musician before I am anything else. And I'm probably not the best person to ask medical related questions to because I'm not a doctor, and I'm probably not a good person to ask breastfeeding and pregnancy related questions to as well. But on that note, I'm about to answer some questions now. So, Ariano has asked me, is ghee good for the ketogenic diet? Yes, ghee is absolutely fabulous for the ketogenic diet. And on that note, I would like to give you a sort of general rule of thumb for keto, which I like to follow. If the food is natural, if it is not involving chemical processes to make it, it's most likely good for keto. So, for example, when we talk of cooking fats, your bacon fat, your lard, your butter, your ghee, your cold pressed oils, your avocado oil, all these oils and butters and fats that are made not using chemical processes are good for keto. Now, the reason we don't want to use hydrogenated vegetable oils is generally because they are chemically altered to make the oil. Hence, we prefer to avoid it. All right, next question. Have you seen the bread recipe Keto King on YouTube uses? Crudely, somebody asked me on this on the live stream also. I have not seen the video, but I have eaten bread made using vital wheat gluten and all the starch and all that stuff from a friend of mine here in Bombay, and he's called the Chubby Baker, and it tastes like real bread almost. So yeah, there are some, but again, as long as you're not gluten intolerant, it should be fine for you. I need brownies. Ah, yes, I have not done keto brownies yet, but they are on my list of things to do. Marlu says, I have purchased your book. Thank you so much. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is my book. It's called Keto Life. It's out now worldwide. If you live in America, you can get it at Barnes and Noble. You can get it at Sam's Club. You can get it at Walmart. I believe it's basically everywhere in the USA. If you live anywhere else, I will leave links to purchase it later in the video description box. Or if you just Google Keto Life at your local bookstore, you will find it. Yes, it's also on Amazon across the world. Isha Thapa says, please substitute of salmon as I don't eat fish. Isha, so ladies and gentlemen, Isha is referring to a salmon recipe in my Keto for Beginners series. It is a series that I did in January. It is a 4-week program of keto where I basically tell you what to eat, when to eat, and how to eat on the keto diet. Isha, the first request I have is to please always read the blog post. So, for those who are not aware, once again, I have a blog, headbangerskitchen.com, and below every single video of mine is a link to the written recipe with macros and all the additional information on the website. So please always check the blog post and read it. But Isha, to give you a substitute right here and right now, if you don't eat fish, you can always substitute with chicken, or if you would prefer something vegetarian, paneer. For my American viewers, paneer is a fresh Indian cheese. All right, let's go on to the next question. Egg, well, it's more of a comment. Egg diet is not bad, but it won't help you hit the right macros. So I have done the egg fast twice in my life, and it is terrible, and I would never recommend it to anybody. It is literally like a fad diet. Don't do it. Please don't do it. All right. Is sunflower oil okay? No. It is not okay because sunflower oil is a hydrogenated vegetable oil, and once again, chemically treated, chemically altered. We don't want that in our lives. Stick to butter, ghee, olive oil, avocado oil, uh, lard. Guys, duck fat, goose fat, all this is absolutely the best on keto. All right, Andrew. I have a 2-year supply of lentils, so I want to find recipes to sneak the little bird in. Andrew, I'll be honest, if you have lentils that you need to eat, you can perhaps not do keto. You could perhaps just do low carb, where you incorporate lentils into one meal every day, and the rest of the meals can be without carbs of any kind. Because lentils are actually more carb than they are protein, because a lot of vegetarians look at lentil for protein, and while it does have protein, it is not protein rich like, say, a piece of meat is. To everyone complimenting my recipes, thank you very much. Right. Amber Brundi, if I were to make my own ghee, does it matter what kind of butter I start out with? Well, obviously, the better butter you have, the better your ghee is, but obviously go with whatever you can afford. As long as it's real butter, that's what makes the difference, I guess. What are your favorite ingredients for keto pizza? Are we talking about toppings? Because I really love pepperoni. That's my favorite pizza topping. What can I drink besides water? You can drink black coffee, you can drink green tea, you can drink black tea, you can drink bulletproof coffee. There are a lot of things you can drink. It really depends on, again, what kind of keto you're doing, what is your intention, are you following a plan? On my plan, you can only drink water, coffee, and tea. You can put heavy cream in your tea or coffee if you don't like it black, and you can also put stevia. Do you use dairy in keto? Yes, I use a lot of dairy, but I really love my dairy, so you know. Hey, good morning. My wife is here. Not on camera yet. All right, a lot of questions, but I'm going to go through as many of them as I can. Thank you all for the kind words. Do you find testing blood ketones necessary? So I live in India. Getting my hands on that blood meter is not the easiest thing. And also, I'm at a point in my life where I do not feel like I want to spend my life checking if I'm in ketosis or not. I'd rather just eat a certain way and I'm done with all the testing. But and that's the thing. It's because I've always said this. Just because you're in ketosis does not mean you're going to lose weight. There two very separate things. You can be in ketosis and gaining weight as well. It's not always easy to gain weight, but it's definitely a reality, and it's definitely possible. So I would say uh, it's not required to test your ketone through the blood or the pee sticks or whatever, but just in the beginning, so that you can feel like, okay, I'm actually in ketosis, you can do it. I used to do it in the first year. After that, I kind of did it less and less and less. Are low carb tortillas with insoluble fiber still okay? I believe all fiber is insoluble. We don't digest the fiber.
No, there is soluble fiber
Oh,
also.
sorry, my bad. Yes, I don't think it should be an issue. You're just gonna poop out that insoluble fiber the next day. And the thing here is whether you're consuming products with insoluble fiber, wheat, resistant starch, all this really is down to you. For a lot of people, these items cause inflammation, and if that is the case, I would not recommend it. But if you are like me, you can eat anything and feel fine, go for it. Ernie, third month of keto, do I still need to continue taking electrolyte supplements long term? Honestly, if I was you, Ernie, I would stop taking the electrolytes and see if it makes any difference to how you feel. If you feel not good without them, keep taking them. If you feel fine, then that means you don't need to take them. Do I use milk in bulletproof coffee in the keto diet? Mona Lisa, no, you would want to avoid milk at any given time. What you can use is heavy whipping cream, which will make your bulletproof coffee rich and delicious. Also, bulletproof coffee or keto coffee is technically coffee with coconut oil and butter. That is the basic recipe, and anything else you want to add, you can. Some people add cocoa powder, some people add whipping cream. It's completely up to you. In fact, I'm going to ask you guys another question on that note. How many of you drink bulletproof coffee or keto coffee? And if you do, what is your recipe for it? Share it with all of us. Dipti? Thank you. And also, um, yeah, what do you like for a snack? So I like to have ham and cheese rolls for a snack. Sometimes olives with cheese, all that kind of stuff. What about us British viewers? So first of all, I'm so happy to see some British viewers here because it's like 4 in the morning, I think. But what would you like me to do for my British viewers? Let me know. All right. Nermeen says, I'm on keto since December. I lost 15 pounds so far, but no more. I have stopped losing weight. I'm still keto plus intermittent fasting and eating 1000 to 1200 calories a day. What should I do? Uh, Nermeen, right now, I would strongly recommend that you start exercising. Whether that is going to the gym, or that is walking, or that is dancing, or that is yoga. Thank you, Dipti. Any form of exercise is what you need to do right now, because the way I see it, you're eating a fairly low amount of calories, and if you eat lower than that, the chances are you're going to slow down your metabolism, and right now that is what I would not recommend for you, which is why some serious exercise is what is going to increase your calorie deficit, but it will also keep you around that 1000 to 1200 calories a day. So please, Nermeen, start exercising. Right, bread recipes or breakfast that will not involve eggs would be an idea. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for breakfast recipes, please go to my website headbangerskitchen.com. There are lots of egg free breakfast recipes. What about sesame oil? I do love the other oils and fats, but I have a fondness for sesame oil. So, Dennis, here's the thing. I get cold pressed sesame oil and I always put a teaspoon of it in my rice because it gives it a lovely flavor. So, that is what I would recommend you do as well. Cold pressed sesame oil and just a teaspoon, so you're not doing too much of it. Right. Rooster Guy says, I am seeing a lot of people who are now saying you don't need to consume a big amount of fat and that going over on your protein is not a horrible thing. What are my views on this? So, this is actually my view since day one. I have always said, and again, now the thing is, when you talk about not consuming big amounts of fat or going over your protein limit, what is the degree we are referring to? When you say it's okay to go over your protein limit, what are we talking about? So, for example, I require 100 grams of protein in a day. What do we say when we say going over your protein requirement is not an issue? Is it 105 grams? Is it 120? Is it 150? Is it 200? That's the question. The way I see it, if you are up or down by 25% on your fats or your protein, it's not a problem. The thing I think we sort of mistake with keto is basically the common misconceptions of keto, that you need to drink lots of bulletproof coffee loaded up with coconut oil and butter, or that you need to eat sticks of butter, or that you need to pop fat bombs. And these are excesses which I have never recommended anyway. What I always recommend to people is calculate your keto macros, do 1 week at least of logging your food so that you understand what does your diet look like when you have 20 to 25% protein, 5 to 10% carbs, and 60 to 70% fat. That is what you have to figure out. Once you can eyeball this, then you know. And if you're in a calorie deficit, it's fine because you're keeping the ratios the same anyway. Wow, there's a lot of questions, guys. I'm going to try and answer as many as I. Sorry, my throat is giving up. Hey, it's my man Joe. What's up, Joe? Um do you make your own version of a keto pizza crust? So I have about 3 or 4 pizza recipes on the website and the YouTube channel, so do check them out and I hope you enjoy it. What? No. Okay, take it for wash. Sorry, mom's doing laundry. Right. Um, is it okay to use artificial sweeteners? I would not recommend it. I would recommend sticking to stevia and erythritol and monk fruit. These are my preferred sweeteners. Is Coke Zero okay to drink if you're feeling dirty? Yes, if you are feeling dirty, Coke Zero is okay. Uh, right, hair loss and keto. I've done a full video on this, but I would strongly recommend taking a biotin tablet if your hair fall is troubling you. Esther, you've never seen me live, so welcome to the live club right now. Glad that you could make it. Right, what? The towel is blocking the view. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if I move the towel, you will barely see anything because it's called burnout. But here's the view if you're interested. So I am in Mumbai city, or as we fondly like to call it, Bombay. RJ Machine Gun, thank you so much for purchasing the book. I am very grateful. Janet, I found that stopping drinking caffeinated coffee stopped nighttime leg cramps. Thank you, Janet, for sharing that information. You know what? Maybe I should also do a week without coffee and see how it affects me. But yes, if you've ever like that makes sense. Coffee can also not agree with every single person. Is soy flour okay? Nope. Stay away from soya flour. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, because I have viewers from all over the world, everywhere I go, the cream is labeled differently. So, cream is called heavy whipping cream somewhere. It's called double cream in the UK. In India, we don't really get, we do actually get heavy whipping cream from Parsi Dairy in case you are Indian. But otherwise, we have a slightly lower fat cream which you can use, Amul or Delecta. Um, I mean, in every country, it's called something else. So, yeah, when I say heavy cream, I'm referring to basically cream which has 30 to 35% fat. Of course, if you live in the United Kingdom, you are enjoying the fruits of British dairy. It's an odd thing to say. You get 45% cream, like fat, cream with 45% fat, which is quite incredible if you ask me. Ideas to break a keto plateau. So, if you have plateaued on keto, here are my suggestions for how you can break your keto plateau. 1. Start exercising. 2. Calculate your keto macros again at your current weight and start logging and tracking all the food you eat. These two things will guarantee that you lose weight, and you can take that to the bank. The other thing you can do is you can take a cheat meal or a cheat day. Actually, cheat meal is better, not cheat day. Kick yourself out of ketosis and then get back into it. But the main thing is this, guys. It is always your diet that is going to be the driving factor for your weight loss. And if you're not counting your calories and you stall, you need to start counting your calories. Thank you, Aisha, and I'm so glad you enjoy my music as well. In fact, I'm super grateful to anybody who watches my videos and also loves my music, because the only reason I'm here today, even doing these videos, is because of my music. If it wasn't for my music, there would be no Headbangers Kitchen, and there'd probably be no keto recipe videos as well. So even if you don't like the death metal music that I make, appreciate the fact that it is the reason you get keto videos from me. Susan is like me. She likes to eat her calories, so no bulletproof coffee. That's me as well. Nope, I don't like coffee, says Belinda. Belinda, we might not be able to be friends then. No, I'm kidding. It's okay if you don't like coffee. Drink tea, drink water, whatever makes you happy. Is there any milk that's good? You can have almond milk if you like. You can have coconut milk if you like. These are both acceptable keto options. Otherwise, like I said, heavy cream is good. Listen, if I've missed your question, I'm very sorry, but there is a lot of questions. And if you're wondering why I'm looking this side all the time, it's because I'm reading your comments on my desktop. I have a desktop in front of me and I'm live streaming from the phone. Wow, I'm way behind on the questions. Esther, thank you so much. Esther, nobody likes exercise. I mean, there are very few people who like to exercise. But the thing is, you don't have to go to the gym to exercise. Exercise can be a walk, it can be a run, it can be dancing. I mean, there is some dancing that can take more energy from you than a gym workout. So, keto sushi, I'm going to work on that. Keto and the. So, I really have to be honest, I still haven't learned what the Mediterranean diet is. I have only ever read and heard the term Mediterranean diet, but I've never actually read what the Mediterranean diet is. Okay, so we do have some people who do like their workouts. Well, technically, I play drums, which is my workout, and I love it. Is cannabis good for keto? Yes and no. Actually, no, cannabis is not good for keto. You know why it's not good for keto? Because once you smoke cannabis, you get the munchies. And the munchies generally involves a lot of bad decisions in life. It's the same with alcohol. It's the same reason that I don't recommend alcohol on keto, because you will get drunk in half the amount of drinks. And when you are drunk, being drunk always leads to bad decisions, which most of the time includes eating carbs. Therefore, I say no cannabis or no alcohol on keto, because you're just going to make bad life decisions. I need a meal plan for beginners. Well, you're in luck. If you check out the videos on my channel, I just finished a 4-week keto for beginners series, actually 5-week. So please go and watch that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you like seafood? Can I get a horns up from those who like seafood? Because the last recipe I uploaded, if you haven't watched it, ladies and gentlemen, is a keto fish curry. And I would be super grateful if you go and watch that video after you are done watching this one. 85 Metal God, thank you so much. For those joining in late, here's the book Keto Life. Okay. Thank you all for the kind words. Can I use swerve as well? Yes, you can use swerve. I think swerve is okay. Swerve is fine. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, I'm so behind on the questions. How often do you recommend changing macros? So I would say if your weight changes by 10 pounds or more, you should recalculate your macros. Oh, nice. So many people are catching me live for the first time. Does keto breath go away with time? Yes, it does. Praveshika says it's very hard to do keto here in Nepal. So I have only been to Nepal once in my life, but here's the deal, guys. It doesn't matter which country you live in. You don't need fancy ingredients to do keto. I'll tell you what you need to do keto. You need meat. So in Nepal, you get all meats, I'm pretty sure. Okay, you need vegetables like spinach, broccoli, green, basically green vegetables are what you're looking for. Okra, all these veggies are fine. I'm sure in Nepal you get all of this. You need good healthy fats. This can be animal fat, this can be olive oil, this can be avocado oil, this can be butter, this can be ghee. You get all of this in Nepal, I'm 100% sure. And you need eggs, and I'm pretty sure you get that in Nepal as well. So with these basic ingredients you can do the keto diet. So it doesn't matter where in the world you live, whether you're in New York City, whether you're in America, whether you're in Africa, whether you're in New Zealand, whether you're in India, whether you're in Bhutan, you can do the keto diet. Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot do it. Now, yeah, that takes care of that question. Okay, this is very interesting. Is walnut flour okay? That's not the interesting question, but yes, you can use walnut flour. Yes, you can also use coconut oil, ladies and gentlemen. Any tips for bariatric patients since we don't absorb as well? I'm just going to say one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a death metal musician. I'm not a doctor. So anything that is health related, when it comes to, like, if you have a medical condition, I don't think I'm the right guy to ask stuff. So whether you're a bariatric patient, or you got thyroid issues, or you're pregnant, or you're breastfeeding, I'm not the guy to ask. I would suggest asking Dr. Ken Berry or Eric Berg about these things. Too much singing last night? No, I've just actually been sick. So I have a little bit of a cold. Walnut flour would be very expensive though. Oh man, oh man. How do I keep in touch, keep up with these comments? There's so many of them. Okay. I'm sure I'm going to. How do you cure constipation during keto? All right, so constipation is not a disease that you need to cure. So just eat some fiber. Uh, just eat some fiber, take some fiber powder, and you will eventually poo. Do you have any thoughts on radish mashed? I think it's cool. I haven't tried it, but I think radishes are fine on keto. Okay, somebody gave me $2, like $2. So I want to say thank you for, yes, Susan. Okay, Susan, are you still here? So Susan, first of all, thank you for the contribution. I am extremely grateful. Um, Now, Susan, I'm going to ask you a question. Susan, I want you to name one ingredient that you would like to see me cook with. This is just me being spontaneous, guys. Let's see if I can actually make something out of this. Uh, I need Susan to give me one ingredient you would like to see me make a recipe with. All right, Susan, your time starts now. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, by the way. Susan said pine nuts. Okay. Pine nuts are not the most easily available in India, but thank you. All right. So Susan has given me pine nuts. Thank you, Susan. By the way, this is Susan Zaragoza. Sorry, I didn't say the last name. Susan Zaragoza. Right. Chris asked me, can you sub curry powder for curry leaves? They are hard to find in the US. You know what? If you can't find them, absolutely. I mean, there's no option, then there's no option. Right. I struggle with getting my fats and I often eat a whole avocado a day. Is that a problem? No, Naimo, that's not a problem. All right. What's your favorite breakfast dish that isn't eggs? Um, Black coffee with 1 drop of stevia. I don't know. I guess I'm okay to eat anything for breakfast. Like, I don't consider breakfast to be only breakfast foods. Like, I'll eat butter chicken for breakfast if I have to. So anything is good for me. But I do love eggs for breakfast, so no problem. Right. I'd love to have a keto southern fried okra. So I've already done a fried okra. Do check that recipe out. All right. So I will take all your recipe requests into consideration. Can you set up a cash app account so I can send you a donation? Gail, honestly, there's already Patreon which you can join to make a contribution to Headbangers Kitchen. YouTube has started memberships. You can also just buy a t-shirt, honestly, and you can also buy my cookbook. So I mean, there are n number of things you can do to sort of support Headbangers Kitchen financially if you'd like to. It's completely up to you. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you why I have asked Susan for an ingredient. So I'm going to collect about 5 ingredients from you guys, and I'm going to do a live cooking video where I use those 5 ingredients that you have given me. So that's why I'm collecting ingredients. All right, so I have now probably missed a lot of questions, so you're gonna have to ask again. But let's see. Are any eggs good for ketogenic that are available in India? All eggs are okay for keto that are available in India. You buy what you can afford. All right, so I'm not going to read out every single recipe request because I'm sure you all can read it as well. I'm just going to search for the questions. Any suggestions for shakes at home? So I don't eat a lot, I don't drink a lot of shakes, but definitely um I would definitely make my strawberry and mint smoothie, which I quite like. Valerie, New family, I found your channel last week. I'm starting keto on Monday. Pray for me, please. I will wish you the best of luck because, as some of you know, I don't pray. Right. Am I Punjabi? No, I'm not Punjabi. I am just a human being. But if you want to know, I'm by default or by birth a Sindhi. But I don't really walk around with these labels. What is the best fish to make a curry with? So, Brendan, the best fish to make a curry with really depends on where you live. Uh, because again, like a lot of things, the seafood available depends on which country you live in. But any white fish, any white fillet of fish is good for a curry. Repeated questions. What kind of milk is good for keto? Almond milk, coconut milk, and heavy whipping cream are good. What can I eat instead of cauliflower? You can eat broccoli, you can eat chicken. I mean, it depends on the recipe. I like tofu. Do you? Nope. I actually don't like tofu at all.
But I don't think we've eaten good tofu, to be fair.
Yes, my wife says she doesn't think we've had good tofu. Do you eat karela? No, I don't eat karela either. But my wife does like karela. Can you please tell me any substitute for xanthan gum while making any dough? It honestly depends on the recipe, Priyanka. So I'll have to see what recipe you're referring to. All right, Seth Octin. I hope I said your name correctly, Seth. Thank you, Seth, for the contribution. And Seth, since you have given me that very generous contribution, can you please name one ingredient that you would like me to cook with? Whoa, we are going into some very dark topics right now. I'm going to avoid that.
Sorry, mind your way.
That doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife Dipti.
Hello.
She says hello. And she... I'm asking for puri. Priyanka, again, is it a... See, xanthan gum is basically used when you use two different flours. Like if you use almond flour and coconut flour, xanthan gum is used to kind of give you a good texture between the two flours. If you're using only a single flour, you can skip the xanthan gum.
Sorry.
Thank you all for the kind words. Keely, did I say it correctly? Keely V, thank you as well, since you have been kind enough to make that contribution. Keely, please give me an ingredient you would like to see me make a recipe with. And also please keep in mind that the first ingredient given to me was pine nuts. So I'm looking for two ingredients now, one from Seth and one from Keely. All right, so Seth has given me salmon. All right, so we've got pine nuts and we've got salmon from Seth. Keely, please don't give me chocolate or something. Something within the same ballpark so I can make something interesting. So we've got pine nuts and we've got salmon. And I'm waiting for a third ingredient from Keely V. Can I use sweetened almond milk? I would stick to unsweetened almond milk and yes, use stevia over that. How do you get a green chat symbol? So I believe Sarbari Gomes is a member of Headbangers Kitchen. So you can become a member of my channel and you get a membership badge and icon and things like that. Any suggestions for constipation? Please take some fiber powder, eat lots of spinach, lettuce and green leafy vegetables and you should be able to poop. Keely V, I've already done a shrimp and grits recipe, so you are in luck. I've already done shrimp and grits, so I can't repeat that recipe. So Keely V, I'm waiting for a single ingredient recipe from you. Sorry, single ingredient, not recipe. Does the beef you get in India taste similar to beef in other countries? So I've only eaten USA beef outside the USA, but it is actually fairly similar. It's not that different. It's just that we don't get the beautiful cuts of sirloin, skirt, etc. We just get tenderloin. I want your cookbook, but I can only find your t-shirts. Allison, you'll have to go to, let me actually share the link. Okay, so Keely V has given me oyster mushrooms. Fantastic. Excellent. Amber Brundi, thank you very much. And I'm so grateful for your contribution as well. Amber, you can give me another ingredient as well. So we've got pine nuts, salmon, oyster mushrooms, and now Amber is going to give me a fourth ingredient. This is going to be epic, I think. Can we drink fruit juice? No, you cannot. You cannot drink beetroot juice either. Beef is beef. Yes, it is. Right. So I'm going to just share the. Okay. Amber has given me capers. Wow. This is turning out to be super fun. Oh, wow. I'm super excited now. Excellent. So I've got 4 ingredients. Once I get a 5th ingredient, we're going to be locked in for the next live stream. All right. So I've just constantly been saying I'm going to share it, but let me just share it now. All right, here's the link for my keto cookbook. You can use this link to buy the book. Can't you drink fruit juice made from the berries allowed on keto? You can, but you will get to drink this much juice. You must understand, juice in general is not a good idea. If you look at any weight loss, uh, any kind of weight loss actually, in fact any fitness trainer will tell you to not drink juice. It doesn't matter if it's a keto fitness trainer or a regular low fat fitness trainer. Juice is not normal. Like, that amount of sugar you don't need. Because imagine this, to get 1 glass of orange juice you will use 5 or 6 oranges, but if you were to eat the oranges you wouldn't eat more than 1 orange. So you're concentrating that much sugar into of 6 oranges into 1 glass of juice. Not required. So please don't. No, no juice. All right, Shy Johnny's Life, thank you so much for your contribution. You've asked me if you can eat oatmeal. I need it. Emphasis on the I need it. Shy Johnny, unfortunately, oatmeal is not keto friendly. But now, if you feel the need to eat it, you can always consider doing a low carb diet. Where you allow yourself a bowl of oatmeal every morning and the next 2 meals that you eat are completely low carb. So no pasta, no bread, nothing. Maybe that is your way of getting into keto eventually. So I would say look at that as a potential way forward for yourself if you absolutely cannot live without oatmeal. I have a feeling that there might be some channels that have done a keto oatmeal, but I haven't seen any. Also, on that note, Shy Johnny, can you please give me a 5th ingredient to work with? I would be super grateful. Please keep in mind that I've been given pine nuts, salmon, oyster mushroom, and capers. So hopefully you won't give me something like what would be like berries. Oh my god, that would be terrible. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also going to say a big thank you to my man Joe Hasowski because he's been helping me out answering questions that people have. Thank you, Joe. Really appreciate it. Um, I better make sure I don't miss the cauliflower oatmeal. Wow, that is something else. All right, so for cholesterol related stuff, Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Eric Berg have some good videos. I'm looking for Shy Johnny's Life to give me one more ingredient to complete my list of 5 ingredients. Shy Johnny. Oh, I'm starting to slur, which means I'm getting tired.
What's in your coffee, Zahid?
What's in my coffee? Nothing, it's empty. I want one more cup of coffee. Right. Chia pudding is a great substitute for oatmeal, says Canadian girl. I think that might be your answer, Shy Johnny. Actually, you're not Shy Johnny. You're Shy Johnny's life. All right, Shy Johnny's life. Green beans. Wow. We are having a good meal. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, so I've got my final ingredient. Can we eat Lindt 75% dark chocolate? Uh, you probably could, but I would recommend getting 85% or higher. Erythritol versus stevia versus monk fruit versus allulose. I have tried all of them except for allulose, and I think any of them are fine. I don't have a preference between all three of them. I've never tried allulose, but if you are looking for, say, a comparison between all these different sweeteners, my friends at Keto Connect have a great video on it, so check it out. Um, right, what did I want to say? What do you think of keto mug cakes? Any favorites? I like my chocolate mug cake, the very first one I did. It's super. What kind of regular rice is good for keto? Unfortunately, rice is not keto, so there is no regular rice that is okay on keto. How many net carbs should I consume to get into ketosis? So there is no set number. The number we use as a sort of generic number is 20 net carbs to 30 net carbs. But you can eat 40 net carbs and be in ketosis. You can eat 10 grams of net carbs and be in ketosis. This will vary from person to person. So I would say aim to be between 20 and 30 grams in a day. But if you're lower or below or above, don't stress about it. Remember, guys, the worst thing for weight loss is stress. Do not stress. So, folks, we've got 5 ingredients now. We've got pine nuts, salmon, oyster mushrooms, capers, and green beans. And why am I telling you this? Because I'm going to do a live stream with these ingredients, and I am going to cook live here on Instagram. Oh, sorry, I'm on YouTube. On YouTube with these 5 ingredients. And I will schedule the live stream. So if you guys want to actually buy those ingredients and cook along with me, you can, or you can just watch me make up a recipe on the spot. Would I ever do a comedy metal keto video? Like summon the devil in a step in the recipe or breaking out into a metal song? Man, the amount of devil criticism I get for just doing horns up is enough to keep me away from mentioning the devil on this channel. Like, it's not that I care about anyone's opinion about me, but just to read the comments every morning is a headache. So, like, I cannot believe I have to actually say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I play in a band. It's called Demonic Resurrection. No, it's not satanic. Like, I have to actually say that so that I don't get 20 religious lunatics on my videos saying, oh, how dare you? You invoke the devil. I'm going to stop watching your videos. Like, let me tell you a story. I am someone who has always stayed away from people in general because I'm not a people person.
What shit?
In the sense that I stay away from normal people who don't listen to heavy metal.
What shit?
And I'm very upfront with my opinions, and I don't really care if I offend people. So, for me on this channel, I have got so many regular people watching, and like the reactions always, like I speak my mind. I don't, if someone says something to me, I won't like try and be diplomatic or just, I'll be polite, but I won't hold back on my opinion. So like when people come and like, you know, I actually get people like they'll actually take the effort to comment, horns up, I'm not going to watch your video, I'm going to turn it off. And I'm just like, guys, like if your faith is so weak that a guy in India just doing a hand symbol makes you stop watching a cooking video, maybe you should get a new faith, you know, like how can your faith be so weak? So I have no, like that's why I try and like stay away from these topics, because then people get all like hurt about it, and I'm like, just chill out, guys. Like it's, I'm not telling you to stop doing your thing, you know, like believe in what you want to, but why do you need to force me to believe in your thing? Like there was a gentleman uh, who was so conflicted, and this is a story I tell people because I found it. So he hated the fact that I did horns up. He's like, this is the devil, you're invoking the devil, I am going to pray for you. I'm like, I don't need your prayers, buddy, you know. But he loved the recipe, so he would comment on every recipe, and he would constantly type out crosses up, like crosses up, hey man, love the recipe, because he felt like, oh my god, I'm like, I'm doing like I'm countering his devil with my cross. And I was just like, cool, man, whatever makes you happy, you know, do what you want. It's cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't have the patience for it, you know. And like, I'm not someone who's here to please. Like, if any of you follow me on Instagram, you know that I am very vocal about a lot of things, and I don't care if people unfollow me because of my opinions and because I fight for something. So yeah, that's just me. And yeah, that's fine, you know, if it makes you happy to do crosses up, by all means, yeah, you know. Carrot is the devil's chewing gum. Amazing. What's your Insta name? It's at Headbangers Kitchen. Oh yeah, just in case you didn't know. Headbangers Kitchen. That's on Instagram. Oh wow. So thank you, La Cholet, and even a bigger thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name. You're challenging me to create a keto AIP pescatarian friendly recipe in the near future. What is AIP actually? I don't know what AIP is, but keto and pescatarian, in fact, I've already done. My last recipe was a fish curry. I just need to know what AIP is. Is red palm oil good for keto? I don't even know what red palm oil is. Red palm oil. Oil produced from palm fruit is called red palm oil. 10% polyunsaturated fat. It is unprocessed state. Um, the way this sounds to me, red palm oil, it doesn't sound like it's the worst kind of oil, but what I would suggest is that you use it very sparingly, like you would use sesame oil just for flavor. I would not recommend using it as your regular cooking oil. Autoimmune protocol, no nightshade foods. Nightshade means the green leafy.
Garland.
Okay. So wait, in fact, I just did that recipe. I'm going to share it with you right now actually. Keto fish curry. I think I'm the only one done fish curry anyway. Oh, okay. Somebody else has done a fish curry also. All right. I have done a fish curry. So here you go. Here is my fish curry recipe. Oh, no tomato, no eggplant. Oh,
Yeah.
tomato is nightshade.
And bell peppers.
Okay, got it. Actually, wait, I've done the recipe. Sorry, here's the other recipe, the one that you want. There you go. What to take when we get flu during the keto? If you have the flu, take paracetamol and have a lot of chicken soup. You can make my keto egg drop soup and drink that. Right. Has anyone ever gotten a keto rash and successfully gotten rid of it? So I got a rash. I don't know if it was the keto rash, but when I got the rash, I went off keto. I took some medication from the doctor. I got better and I went back on keto. So yeah. Okay, this has been a very long live stream. I think this is a very good time for me to end the live stream. It's been fabulous because I've got 5 ingredients that I'm going to use to cook my next live stream, to cook on my next live stream. I've managed to answer a good number of questions, I feel. You have all been an absolutely spectacular group of people, and I absolutely am grateful for all your support. In everything that you guys have done for Headbangers Kitchen. Please do hit the like button on this video, either before, during, or after when you're watching it. And oh wow, also Arshil Thakkar, thank you so much. I feel like you should give me an ingredient as well because you know, Harshil, please give me an ingredient or ask a question so that I can say thank you to you as well. Can someone do keto for a lifetime? Yes, you can. I mean, people who have type 2 diabetes are going to do it for their lifetime. I don't think they're ever going to stop keto. Ooh. Vicar is making my carbonara tonight. Wow, that's awesome. And seriously, thank you to everyone who has contributed or made a donation to Headbangers Kitchen during this live stream. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot. Harshil, just thanking you for making my morning off to work at a Thai restaurant. Oh wow, Harshil, that's awesome, dude. Which restaurant do you work at and which country are you in? I'm assuming India, but I could be wrong. Thank you, Shy Johnny. Why do they say just do keto for 6 months? Sharon, I think that is because a lot of people are doing keto just for quick weight loss, and that is why dietitians sort of give them a 6 month plan to do it, I guess. That's the only logical explanation I can think of. Well, Harshil, that's pretty awesome. A Thai restaurant in Australia. That's cool. In Brisbane, to be exact. Awesome. You have a great day. And to everybody else, please have a great day. I will see you all very soon on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen and on a live stream. And yeah, horns up, cheers, and keep cooking. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. End live stream. End live stream.